Hello everyone, in this lesson we are going to learn how to pour concrete. Knowing how to pour concrete can help you save money on a small project around your home. You can pour concrete using the tools you have in your garage. You don't need any special tools to do small projects. Pouring concrete can be strenuous because sometimes the mixture is quite heavy. Now, if this is the first time you are coming across my channel, I make content on civil engineering. So if you are interested in this kind of content, do not hesitate to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell notification icon to get notified when I upload a new video. With that being said, let's take a look at the steps you need to take when pouring concrete. Step 1. Preparation. When pouring concrete, you first need to clear the area of any objects or material that will interfere in the pouring process. So this will include the grass, trees, rocks, shrubs, and even old concrete. You need to clear away everything until the raw earth is seen. Step 2. Prepare the subbase. The subbase is another word for any material on which the concrete rests. Usually, granular fill or road base is used as a subbase, although in some cases the soil itself can also be used if it is extremely compacted and stable. Lay a 4 to 8 inch thick subbase with your choosing material, and after, compact it with a hand tamper, or you can use a plate compactor. Now, plate compactor can be more than enough for a small DIY project, but they offer more power in the compacting process. Step 3. Prepare the formwork. A formwork is usually a wooden perimeter which is secured by special nails or screws, and they are built around the pouring site. Formwork is very important because a well-built formwork will help you achieve a better finish on your concrete. For a square or rectangular formwork, make sure that the corners form 90-degree angle. Take a tape measure and measure both diagonals of the square or rectangular and make sure they correspond to one another exactly. If they don't, then you need to prepare your formwork again. Also, make sure that the formwork have a slight slope to them. If they are completely level, you may see water build up in the middle of your concrete. So try to avoid that. Step 4. Add rebar or wire mesh to the inside of your formwork to give support. You need to reinforce your concrete with wire mesh or rebar, especially when you have heavy load-bearing structures such as driveways. This will give your concrete greater structural integrity. The wire mesh will help prevent little cracks from growing and spreading, and it will also offer stability. The rebar may offer better structural integrity and better for higher load-bearing surfaces. But on the flip side, it really doesn't do much to minimize the appearance of cracks that will appear. Step 5. Mix your concrete. Mix your concrete by adding Portland cement, sand, and gravel together using a mix ratio of 1:4, which means 1 part Portland cement, 2 parts sand, and 4 parts gravel. After that, add water to the dry mixture to bind all the components together. You can mix this in a wheelbarrow with shovel. try to use a considerable amount of water as possible, because more water makes the concrete more workable, but it also weakens the concrete strength. So always try to wear a ventilated mask, safety glasses, gloves, and long sleeves when mixing the concrete. Step 6. Pour the concrete into the mold. After mixing the concrete, you then pour the concrete into the mold. If you can't get a truck to pour the concrete straight into the form, just get a wheelbarrow, load the concrete inside the wheelbarrow, and teach them into the formwork. Step 7. Screed the top of the concrete. Now you have poured the concrete inside the mold. Use a screeding tool to flatten out the wet concrete. The screeding process will involve you having to move a wide plank of wood back and forth in order to create a flat surface. Your concrete surface is not yet finished, but it will begin to look more complete and more professional. Step 8. Float the newly screeded surface in order to further compact the concrete. At this point, you should move fairly quickly as the concrete will set fast. Your floating process will contain 2 steps. Use a large floating device, also known as bull float, to press down the aggregate and help the gravel-free concrete rise to the surface. Now do this by moving the bull float away from you, keeping the tail edge slightly elevated, and then moving the bull float back towards you, keeping the leading edge slightly elevated. Use the magnesium hand float to go over the surface. After some of the water bleeds to the surface, then you can use long sweeping motion with your hand float. Step 9. Make control joint every 1.8 meter with a groover. Line up a plank as a straight edge to make joints in the concrete. This joint will help the concrete withstand cracking due to temperature changes. Step 10. Create traction. Now, use a broom to sweep across the surface. This will provide traction on the concrete so it is not as slippery when wet. You can also use a soft brush for a different texture which is less rough. If sweeping the surface causes clumps of concrete to aggregate on your broom, meaning it is too early to sweep the surface, what you need to do is you need to take your magnesium floater and move it over the concrete again to smooth out the pattern left by the broom. Then you can try again later. Step 11. Cure and seal the concrete. After creating the traction, the concrete should be left to cure for 28 days. This will make the concrete gain its strength over time. Now, professionals usually advise to seal the concrete as soon as the concrete is poured, because the sealant will help the concrete cure as well as to prevent cracks and discoloration, which will also prevent it from absorbing liquid. Step 12, which is the last step, maintain your concrete. Finally, you should maintain the concrete. Regular soap and water maintenance will keep the concrete looking at its best. You can also use seals occasionally to help keep the concrete from getting damaged through use over time. So this is how you pour concrete. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below and we can discuss. Don't forget to like and share these videos to friends who want to learn how to pour concrete. With that being said, thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye bye.